So here we have the Mini 3-door hatchback on a 69 plate. So I'm going to start off by showing you inside the boot, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside of the car from there. As we approach the back of the car, you can see we've got plenty of boot space. We've also got a 60/40 split folding rear seat, so you can increase this space even further, and you can fold down that tray section, which is also removable as well. Okay, now that we're inside the car, I'm going to start with the dials. Over on the left-hand side, we have the rev counter. We have the speedometer in the middle and the fuel gauge over on the right-hand side. Also in the middle, you can see the total miles of this car, which are 8,904. You can change the information that's displayed above that by pressing a button on the end of the indicator stalk with various bits of trip computer or fuel economy information. You can, if you wish to, have the digital readout for the speedometer that you see being displayed now. We back out to the steering wheel. On the left-hand side, we have speed limiter, and over on the right-hand side, stereo and phone controls. The phone controls can only be used once you paired the phone to the car, which is done over on the main screen just here under the communication heading. You'd then manage mobile devices and follow the instructions on screen from there. All the movement I'm making on the screen is being done using this dial and the collection of buttons that surround it, but you can do virtually everything from the dial. It moves to the left, to the right, you can push it down, you can rotate it, and as I say, you can use these buttons. So for example, to go back to the main menu, which is what I've just done there. Audio-wise, rotate the dial, push it down. We are then in our audio menu, and you can see there we've got DAB and FM radio, Bluetooth audio, so you can stream your music wirelessly once you've paired your phone, and USB input as well. Below that, we have the main volume for the stereo. Working our way down, we then have dual zone climate control. So you can adjust the passenger temperature, the driver temperature. You can increase and decrease the fan speed from here. You can determine what direction you'd like the air to be distributed in. And when you're happy with those settings, that button will turn your air conditioning on. Same button to turn it off, or hit auto. The car will now maintain the temperatures you've asked for by taking full control of the fan speed and direction of the air for you. Press the auto button again, and you'll go back to your previous setting. We have a heated driver's seat with 3 different heat settings, and the same over here on the passenger side as well. Beneath that, we can adjust the driving setup of the car, so you can put the car into sport mode. You can put it into mid mode, which is your everyday driving, and green mode as well. We then can turn the traction control on and off. This button turns off the starts and stops the engine, I should say. So when you get in the car and you want to go somewhere, hit that button as long as the key is in the car with you. Same button to turn it off again. The one next to it, it turns off the stop and start, which is a slightly different thing. This car is designed to cut out when it's stationary in traffic, which will in turn save you fuel. You can turn that off, and it's off when that light shows. Otherwise, it's on, and it will be on every time you start the ignition. So that's something you need to turn off each and every time, should you wish to do that. We then have a 12-volt charging socket, USB input, and a 6-speed manual gearbox. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to call either of our MJA sites. We'd love to hear from you soon.